Act like we're enjoying it.
I heard you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LicataLive.
We are live. What is December 14th? Unbelievable.
Are you asking or telling?
I was asking. That means Christmas is very close.
Yeah, this month has flown by. It's been a busy month as always at the Licata group, but we've had a lot of extra things going on.
Are you finished with your Christmas shopping? Are you?
No.
Have you started your Christmas shopping? Well,
so this year
you're way ahead of the game.
No, this year I was
recruited.
I started early, and I said, I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to get everything done, wrapped, everything bought, so that I can just enjoy the holidays.
And how's that going?
Not really well. Not really at all. And the problem when I start shopping too early is that I just keep buying stuff and don't really keep track of it. And then I go to wrap all my presents, and I realize that I've gotten one of my children, 20 gifts, and one of them has nothing, or, that kind of thing. So, really, hopefully this week.
You have two school-age kids still.
Yep.
Two. Mine are
two
gone,
teenagers.
but they are, they're back. They come back at Christmas time. So Christmas shopping for them is a little bit different. It's more like, I don't know what it's like because I don't do it. I don't do it.
I'll have to ask your wife.
Yeah, it's Carrie. She is.
No, I'm hoping to get it, kind of get organized this week. But we had our Licata group weekend at the Gaylord this weekend. It was awesome. It was a very nice time.
I've never been there before.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I'd been to the National Harbor, but I hadn't been to the Gaylord. And I'd always heard at Christmas it was so nice, and they had all those exhibits. It was really, really beautiful, and we had a great time. And then last week, Keith and Pat and Lauren and David were in Texas
Dallas,
for training.
Texas this time last week. Yeah, so it's been a busy week.
Yeah.
In Texas it was great. We learned quite a bit. You and John had taken that class last year and raved about it. So.
Yeah. Actually, we went 3 years ago.
Was it that long?
Yeah,
COVID
3
was
years
a real
ago.
long year.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, we went in 2018. It's actually almost been 4 years.
Wow. But,
and then.
Yeah, we loved it, and so now we're kind of. They've updated a lot of the information on it, but a lot of the basics are still there. It's stuff that we've kind of done as a team, but it's kind of nice getting the formal training. Yeah. I think there's only a handful in the state that have gotten that, so it was not only a good time, but we learned an awful lot too.
So now all of us are NEA certified.
That's right. Which
seller and buyer experts.
That's right. We are experts.
Yes.
The law of expertise.
That's right. So,
a shout out real quick. I want to shout out to Virginia Underbrushing. They've been helping us. They've helped me throughout the year in a couple different jobs, and he told me he would tune in today. So I told him I would definitely give him a shout out.
So what do they do?
All your underbrushing needs. Actually, it's got all kinds of equipment to move earth and move land, and I've had a couple clients that want to come in and. You buy a piece of land, and then, where do you begin? And he's somebody that can kind of guide you, talk to you about what you want done with the property, and give you a good deal on what it would cost to get it done. Sometimes you may need a road. Sometimes you may need to move a ditch or move water. So anything that.
So they do everything. Do they? I mean, they cut down trees. They clear property.
Clear property,
wow.
Cut down trees. Yep, all that. Yep.
That's
good. So, which just reminds me of just the fact that we have a lot of extended members of our team. Our team, we have the agents, but we have a large team of experts that help us get a deal done or help our clients, meet their dreams because. Whether it's a contractor, painters, so
our lender partners.
Absolutely, title companies. So
we wouldn't get too far without their help.
No,
sure.
we really wouldn't.
Absolutely.
So, what do you want to talk about today?
Well, we just got the November smart charts. So every month we get market updates for different areas, and they usually come out about the 10th of the month. So they were a little late this year, but we did finally, or this month rather. So we finally did get those. So we'll share some of the most up-to-date market information. I'll start with. Well, why don't you start with Orange County?
Orange County. All right. What jumped off the. If you want a copy of this, we send these to our clients. So just give us the information there. We'll be glad to send you these, and we can make it neighborhood specific or county, the bigger pictures you want. But what jumps out to me on this, all the surrounding counties, we've seen the number of listings, just, it's a tight market, it's a low inventory, and it looks like every market, with the small exception of Locust Grove proper, saw about a 10% decrease in the number of listings year over date. It just means, I think it's people catching up with what they're hearing in the media. There's usually some lag time, and everybody was hearing a few months ago how everything was, skyrocketing. So it's still moving forward, but the rate of acceleration, I think, has slowed down. Are you seeing that?
Yeah. I mean, we'll talk about some of the more macro, trends. But just looking at, the areas, we serve a large area, but, our kind of hub area, Locust Grove, Lake of the Woods, Orange County, Culpeper County, for the most part, they're pretty consistent. What we're seeing is still extremely low inventory. Something that has gone down over the last few months, and this is the lowest we've seen it in a while, is the average sold to list price percentage. So for so much of 2020 and 2021, we were seeing, every property was getting over asking price, or not every property, but most properties were getting multiple bids, really hiking up the sale prices. Yeah. And that has started to change a little bit. There's more, and I think what happens is the market, people keep listing higher and higher to keep up with the market. People are chasing the market,
exactly. trying to see where it's going to end.
Yeah, so we start getting, maybe a little over
zealous.
Yes,
yeah, aggressive with pricing.
And then, so there still is a limit to what people will pay. They're still pretty high. I mean, we're still seeing houses closer to full asking price, but 98%, 98.3%, rather than 104%.
Right. And like the year to date throughout, just used to be around 93, 94%.
Yeah.
So now it's earlier this year, you were seeing people getting 101, 103, 105%.
And year to date, it's still, it's still over 100 in all these areas, but just barely over 100. So I think things are selling closer to the asking price.
Yeah, it's getting back to normal, or getting back
price.
Closer to a normal, whatever.
Yeah. Right. But the prices have just, we're looking at the median sold price.
Oh yeah, that's the good news.
And again, this is through November, so it's a pretty good, snapshot of the year, because December we normally see a seasonal slowdown in any market just because of the holidays and
right.
But in these areas, the year-to-date percentage increase in median sold price, Lake of the Woods 16.2% over last year.
Yeah, Orange County 27.3%. The average.
Yeah, no, that's for November.
Oh, okay.
No, but year to date still 20%.
Yeah,
20% increase. 16.7
right.
in Culpeper. So yeah, we're so that brings us to kind of the predictions for 2022, the next couple of months, is that homes are going to continue to appreciate in value, but just at a much slower pace. We're not going to see another year of 20% increases. It just gets to the point where people can't buy anything.
A normal year is 3 to 5%.
Right, so. And that's what experts are predicting for this coming year, is that we might see about a 5%. And when I say 5%, that's kind of the average. Some of the experts are predicting 7 and some are predicting 3, but they balance out to about a 5% increase for this year, which is still great. And it doesn't look like prices are going to be going down anytime soon, but you're not going to see that 20% or 18% increase that we saw last year.
Right. We may have seen the lowest rates we're going to see in a while though. So we may be seeing some push, some the affordability may be going down, because if the rate's going up, the home affordability, it's a 0.5% on a rate can make a really big difference.
Right.
Monthly payment.
Because most people, not everyone, some people are able to pay cash for their home, but especially, first-time home buyers and even move-up buyers. Most people are, live more in their budget of what their monthly payment is, not, the price of the house. And like Keith said, interest rates, even just, a small rise in interest rates can really affect that payment amount. And I believe the most recent information that we have was predicting that we might see rates going up in the first quarter of 2022, maybe to like the 3.3, and then kind of like a point or two every quarter.
They've been very good this year, so yeah.
So still staying fairly stable and still at kind of record lows. I mean, as far as if you look in the history of interest rates. So still low rates.
Still a strong seller's market because of the lack of inventory.
Right.
So, if you were thinking about, have I reached has my property reached its max value? It's probably worth more now than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then the other thing, I was just looking this morning. I was just pulling up the listings for Lake of the Woods, and guess how many houses there are on the market in Lake of the Woods? Just guess.
36.
13, which is, I don't know, it might have gotten down to 12 once, maybe in like August or September, but I mean, that's just absolutely unbelievable that 13 houses on the market.
That's
and
crazy.
I think maybe like 5 or 6 of them are new construction. So, I mean, there might only be like 8 existing houses or completed houses. So it's just that if the inventory, and I'm sure, there's a lot of people that are probably waiting until after the holidays to list. We'll probably see, a pretty good increase in inventory in January, but still that just lack of inventory still is just continuing to drive that seller's market.
It is. We do have a waterfront coming up soon, so we're excited about that.
Waterfront property.
And we are still seeing multiple offer situations when it comes to waterfronts.
Yep.
And I have a listing coming up in Wilderness Shores next week or so I'm excited about that one too. So.
Good.
What else did we want to touch on?
I just wanted to remind everyone, if you didn't know, we have we just got our seller and buyer guides for winter 2021-22, and that's where we subscribe to a program. That's where we get a lot of our kind of predictions and economic indicators and all that. It has a lot of really good information. So even if you're not looking to buy or sell right now, if you're just interested in that kind of thing, we're happy to share those with you. So if you'd like a copy of our winter
it's more of a
buyer
macro
seller
look
guides,
at the
they're really good. And they have like the macro trends, and then they also just have some really good information about but like an article I was looking at in there earlier, and it's funny because I just kind of had a conversation like this with 2 different people yesterday. There some general information for buying or for listing your home, but then some is more market specific besides just the numbers. For example, there was an article in there about should you make updates and improvements to your home if you're looking to sell it, and it was just saying, in this market with such low inventory, it's obviously you want to make sure it's clean and everything's fixed and all that, but to make a lot of expensive repairs, or I'm sorry, not repairs, a lot of expensive improvements in this market before you list, it really might not be necessary.
You may get away with it less this time.
Right. However, if it's more of a buyer's market and your house has to show the absolute best compared to the other houses on the market when there's more competition. So it kind of explains the market and also how it relates to, if you're buying or selling during that market, like how it changes what you need to do.
Strategies, right.
So those are available. If anyone's interested, just let us know. We can certainly send you that. We're always happy to send you the market insights that come up and every month, and of course our newsletter that has a lot of great information too.
Yep.
So what else? So Keith, any holiday plans? Anything going on that you know of?
Well, I do know that there might be a visitor riding around on a fire truck through Lake of the Woods neighborhood this weekend that the young people might be interested in.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for fire engines. I think they come out I think this is the weekend, or I know that this is the weekend that they're doing that. So other than that, New Year's, what are your plans for New Year's? New
Year's is really not a big holiday for me. We prefer usually just to either stay home or just, get together with, maybe a small group. I just feel like there's a lot of,
amateur hours.
And honestly, I mean, I probably make it up past midnight, maybe like once or twice a year. And as you know, I already did that once this year. So it's going to be a long time before that happens again.
Christmas party ran a little late.
Yeah. But usually there's no chance of me making it till midnight. So I don't really, we don't do much. But Christmas Eve is kind of our big holiday. We always, I guess, for the past, at least 16, 17 years, we host our family Christmas Eve party,
nice.
Which is a lot of fun. We have a good time. I have a lot of little nieces and nephews who are just, at a great age that they have so much fun opening presents. And something that this is just a funny tradition that we do. We started when my kids were little. We get a birthday cake and we sing happy birthday to baby Jesus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they all like that. So, and then they get to open one present and they have a lot of fun. So,
Christmas is great for kids. Absolutely.
Yeah. Christmas we also usually just kind of have a slower kind of day at home.
Yeah, we started since we have these adult kids. It's kind of different. We go to a movie the last few years.
Nice.
And it's great. It's it's a good. We have fried oysters in the morning.
Oh, cool.
Then we go to see a movie, and then we do oyster stew Christmas Eve. I just love the traditions of Christmas.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Fun to listen to like everybody's different things that they do, and get ideas and
Absolutely,
and there's some things I was thinking about this for some reason, like how traditions kind of evolve over time, and you don't even realize they're a tradition until you think back and you're like, well, we've done this every year for the last however many years. And
great time of year, definitely, to reconnect and enjoy your family time and all that. Well, this might be one of the shorter ones. I think that's about all that. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. This year has just
amazingly fast.
Gone by so fast. It's just, I was looking at just some notes and things, and I was like, gosh, that was a year ago. Unbelievable.
I agree.
How fast time goes by.
And it seems like Halloween was like 2 weeks ago. It's just amazing how quick it goes. So, well, if we have nothing else, I'll go ahead and shut it down.
All right. Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
We don't talk to you again.
I'll do this. Finish.